Hi everyone, in front of me is a beautiful Mercedes Model 4. It arrived damaged, unfortunately, because the seller that I got it from, it's an eBay seller that specializes in old technology, absolutely did not follow my packaging instructions. One part of that packaging instruction is to engage the carriage release, which is pretty easy. You just take it and put a rubber band around it. Well, before you do that, wrap this entire thing in cling film so the carriage has no place to go, but if you engage that carriage release then there is no contact anymore with the star wheel. Then if something happens, like it gets jolted or whatever, the star wheel and or the dogs aren't damaged. The seller did not do that. There are a few other things that I have complaints about the packaging. I will show you those in just a second. This video is basically what you should not do when packaging a typewriter like this, or to point out what they forgot to do. Good points for the seller are that they did offer me a full refund if I sent them the machine back. I didn't do that because I would like to try to fix this machine. I already told them that, and after that I didn't hear anything again from them, not even an offer for, I don't know, partial refund or whatever. I also did notice in their comments, one bad comment said that after he returned a machine, he was banned from that seller, which is also a bit of bad practice if it's true. Right, so I'm gonna talk you through the package I received. So it's gonna be in pictures, I'm sorry, I didn't videotape unpacking it, but here we go. So this is how I got the box. After opening, you can see some air pockets and some cardboard plates, and also some gaping holes on the sides. Now, there is almost no cushioning. There are some cardboard packs in that gap, and some bit of styrofoam or polystyrene. And this machine is packed in a second box that you can see below. But below that second box, there is absolutely nothing foreseen for cushioning, which is not very good. Normally I would ask people to make sure there is cushioning all around the box, at least an inch or something, and something you can use very cheaply for that are, for example, partially deflated water bottles. There are also other methods, but that's what I usually use. Now, when I open that second box, the first thing you see, there is a void filled with shredded paper. That's okay. Below the shredded paper, we see some styrofoam blocks and the wooden crate of this typewriter wrapped in only 3 layers of bubble wrap. And there is no bubble wrap on the side. So barely no cushioning. Normally you would expect a lot more layers to protect this machine, especially since there is no cushioning on the outside of the second box. The result of this is a broken base plate. As you can see here, this is from the back, completely torn off due to jolts during transit. Alright, so after unpacking the 3 layers of bubble wrap, the wooden top is still intact. Then I open the wooden top and I see that the machine inside is covered in paper. This is good. So the machine can't go anywhere normally, and there is some cushioning, but there's of course no cushioning at the bottom. Now what they did do was hold the machine in place with with a series of black zip ties onto the base plate. That would be good if there was cushioning below the base plate, which there wasn't. And unfortunately, that jolt that broke off the back of this base plate also broke the left side of the zip tie chain. So yeah, now the machine is loose and wobbly. The carriage itself was secured onto the frame with some yellow zip ties, but the carriage release was not engaged. And the shock caused this. That's the fixed dog that's broken off, or the tooth of it. So this is the back of the machine, and this is where that tooth used to be. So I'm gonna need to take out that metal piece, and I hope that's gonna be the only damage. And I'm going to have to fabricate it or have it fabricated. Another thing that happens due to that jolt is that this thing, which I assume is a tab brake, also got dislodged, making it impossible to move this carriage at all. So I'm gonna need to undo it and reposition it, which I hope isn't too difficult, but we'll see. So what I'm saying here is basically make sure that the machine is padded on all sides, not just the top, and then forget all about the bottom. Make sure the padding is thick enough so there is some cushioning effect. Also make sure that the carriage release is engaged. As I said, you can just wrap cling film around the machine and then engage the carriage release with a rubber band that you put all around it and over the frame, so that the carriage won't go anywhere after you engage the carriage release. And then stuff the entire inside of the machine with bubble wrap or whatever, so that the sides of the carriage are also cushioned when the carriage does decide to move a little bit, but there won't be any interaction with the teeth of the escapement gear. And here there was some interaction, some violent interaction. So yeah, I hope I can fix this beautiful machine. Well, time will tell. Goodbye.